Hey guys, Forrest Proctor here from Epic Film and Creative, and I'm doing some marketing today, just working on my computer, and I just got to thinking I want to make a video about my production company's workflow because I had a conversation with somebody today, and basically it was people get the assumption that I'm just shooting or editing videos all day long, that's all I do. But I don't think people think when they start a video or photography company or video marketing strategy company, whatever you want to do, I don't think they think about how am I going to get the job so that I can actually do what I love to do. And so that's what I'm going to talk about today. This is my 90 to 10% rule. Alright, first of all, I want to thank you for clicking on the video, and if you find value in this type of content about making a video production company, business, lifeline, subscribe to this channel, please, because we're trying to grow the channel to where I can help as many people as possible and maybe cut some corners and help you not make mistakes that I made in the past. But without further ado, let's talk about my 90 to 10% rule. So basically put, when you start a company, you know you like to bake cakes, you know you like to do videography, you can make a banging video, you're the best photographer, and you know it. Doesn't matter, because unless you can get people to pay you to do it, it really doesn't matter. So my 90 to 10% rule is not something I got from a course or some other YouTube or anything like that. It's just something I tell people all the time when they're asking me about, hey, how's business going? It always leads into a conversation about, the jobs that I'm doing, the inquiries I have, the pitches that I'm pitching, etc., etc. And it always comes up, like, how do you get those jobs? How do you do that? And I always say, look, 90% of what I do is pitching, emailing, proposals, handing out my business card, cold calling sometimes, cold emailing. It's easy when you're just starting out to really be obsessed with the craft, and I am obsessed with the craft. If it was up to me, and maybe one day I can just focus on that, but when you're a one-man band, maybe you're a 1 to 3 person team, you really do have to be networking and marketing yourself non-stop. And when I say non-stop, I mean non-stop. I keep a stack of 15 to 25 business cards in my pocket at all times. Doesn't matter if I'm going to a kid's birthday, if I'm going to church, if I'm going to the coffee shop, if I'm going out to eat with my wife and my kids. It doesn't matter, because you never know who you're going to run into. So having those physical business cards are super handy, even if you've been led to believe that physical business cards are obsolete. They're really not, because they lead people to the digital. Once people get to digital, it's kind of game over. They know your page, they've liked it, they can always find it later, but you have to have something to remind them when they do empty their pockets at the end of the night or put everything on their desk. They'll see it, they'll look it up on YouTube, Facebook, whatever, and then they'll have you forever. So business cards, physical business cards, are still super duper valid. Another way that I personally market my business, and this is, we're still in the 90% right now, right? We're in the 90% of the time, is through social media and organic leads, I guess. So I've used Facebook a lot in the past, and that's what I'm currently doing today. I will structure something, maybe it's an offer, maybe it's a special thing that I'm going to be doing for videos. We'll take weddings, for example. Like, I'll do a sale where it's like $150 off. The sale lasts 1 week. I write some really good copy. I make a promotional video or a commercial, if you will, and then I share that with all of the different wedding groups that I'm a part of that I add value to, because I'm always recommending photographers and DJs and having conversations about the space that we're in. And so then it's not a problem for me usually to, read the rules and guidelines in all these platforms, but it's not a problem for me to share this, like, hey guys, I'm offering this $150 off any wedding film you want to do that ends next week. And then the other vendors and people on there who know me, know I add value to the page, they'll usually comment first like, I totally recommend this guy, he's really awesome, he's fun to work with. And a lot of brides will do the same thing too. I'd say 90% of my day is thinking of different ways to structure my service in order to add more value to a customer, help save them some money, and basically get the contract. And that doesn't just go for weddings, that goes for commercials and everything else. With commercials, it's a lot different. You have to get in these different spaces, these chambers of commerces. If you've got a BNI in your town, you can join the BNI. And you really do got to be shaking hands and always thinking when you're talking to another business owner, how can I add value to this man's life? Because I always use this scenario. I just used it in a meeting yesterday. I'm partnering up with a gym to basically build an empire, build a website, and have different courses and memberships and nutrition plans that you can sign up for and all that good stuff, I always say, if I handed you $70 right now, or let's turn it around, if you handed me $10 right now, hand me $10, and then I handed you 70, how many times would you do that? Well, you would do that all day long until your hand was tired. So I'm always thinking, how can I make this person a ton of money to where my fees and services don't even matter? That's kind of my motto on that. And then there are those one-off projects where you've just got to pitch. And I told this to the same person today that I was having the conversation with. I said, look, I probably send out between pitches, proposals, and return emails for inquiries, I probably do 100 of those combined per week. And I might get one job. And I might get 0 jobs. So the way I view it is it's a numbers game. You know, the more you pitch, the more you propose, the more you reply, the faster you do all that as well, the higher you're raising your chances of getting the job. And so you constantly have to be on the ball about that. And then, of course, you're going to get jobs and you're going to pack all the camera gear up and you're going to do the storyboard and the shot list and you're going to get the locations and the extra help you need and the gear. And I mean, all that's going to come together. But unfortunately, when you're a one-man band or when you're a small team, you can't just focus on that. I know too many people that are just focused on that and they feel like they don't even have the gear to even shoot properly when you don't need a lot of stuff. They're light years away from thinking about the marketing and the network side of things. And so if you can do this in the very beginning, get the adequate amount of gear you need. Get a good lens that has multiple focal lengths, that isn't too slow. Get a good microphone or just get a lav setup that you can set up. Get a couple lights and be done with it for now. Just move on until you can expand to where you're focusing mostly on that and you have other people helping you out. You need to be in the sales. And here's another thing, right? So I've got a guy that's gonna start doing sales for me. He's a really good guy. He's been in that forever. We've got a little bit of a transition period coming up. The fact that I've been doing my own sales for this long is actually incredibly beneficial. It's just like the director of a movie, right? They always say the director of a movie should know every single job. So really, anywhere in your business, you need to have done that before. I've been doing my own sales for years now. And so when this person comes on, of course he has sales, right, background, in different things though, like technology, software, and stuff like that, like not really video. I'm gonna be able to tell him, these are the things that I'm trying to sell, these are the things that are most profitable to me, that take the least amount of time, that add the most value to the customer, and then he can take his knowledge and my knowledge, combine it, and also I'll be able to make sure that he's selling the proper things and everything's going smoothly. It's not like I'm a video, I know how to make really good videos, but I don't know how to sell them. Let me hire somebody. They don't know how to sell them either, and it becomes a problem, right? You can't just have a good salesman. You have to have some knowledge behind what brings the best value to the customer in order to push that. 90% of that is marketing and networking, and it's constant. It can never, ever, ever be turned off. And the only way it can be turned off is if you pass it to someone. So you're not turning it off, you're just passing it along to a new person. But if you're a solo guy like I am with a few 1099 type contractor people that help you on bigger projects, you've always got to be doing that. And I try not to do this after 8, but 8 o'clock at night, or 9 o'clock at night really. But I'm always checking my emails. Like during the day, even if I'm shooting a YouTube video, I'm checking my emails. I'm checking the platform I use to get all of the messages through my website. You know, I'm just staying on top of that because I want to have a pretty quick response time. And also I've set up some automated stuff lately that's helping me out. I've never taken advantage of that, but if you have the ability to set up an appropriate automated message, but then still get back to them within 4 to 8 hours, that seems to be optimal for me, and it might work for you. So let's get into the 10%. The 10% is doing the actual work, you know, and I'm wanting to get to a point, and I think I will get to a point where I am focused on that and focused on the more 10,000 foot big picture stuff. But once you do get the job, and like I said, for every 100, we can even say for every 200 pitches, proposals, or emails you're responding to, you're gonna get one job. So you really have to pack as much punch into that job as possible. And for me, let's take this month of August, right? First 9 days, I didn't make any money at all. I was kind of sweating a little bit. Then after 3 weeks, I made around $6,000, full disclosure. I shot one video. So you really got to pack a punch with your work if you're in the same demographic or position that I am in. You know, jobs aren't just flowing in. People aren't just begging me to do work. I mean, I do good work, but also I have to keep my prices at a premium so that whenever I'm not busy, my prices before have made up for that. Like, I've got money that will hold me over into the next big job. So yeah, that's all I want to get on here and talk about was this 90 to 10% thing that I've been telling people. And like I said, I didn't get it from a YouTuber. I didn't get it from any special place. I always tell people that, and I was like, hey, I need to make a video about this. And I'm actually sitting here doing some marketing myself and pushing out some content. And I said, you know what? I need to make this video, because if I don't, I'm not going to be inspired later to do it. So there's the information. Just always, always, always stay on your marketing and networking game, because all of that hard work on the back end is actually going to set you up to shoot projects that you enjoy and you like. And yeah, so if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do so, because we're trying to get some subscribers up to help more creators, accomplish their vision and make a profit. We'll see you guys later. Peace.